injured here. 3v3 faction war. This is Khatrin Purification Plant and Chaos versus Imperial Guard. For the blue Chaos team, we've got Reverse Order as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander, lots of game manipulation and control abilities. Awesome offense too, begins in melee combat alongside a couple of Chaos Lords, Bashful, Pwny, and we also have Rostam 313. These guys are durable and destructive commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed on powerful disruption and offense, fight mainly in melee combat. Looks like we have the World Eater's elite scheme for Rostam and Reverse Order rocking the awesome Wordbearers DLC. Red Imperial Guard, Honeken is an Inquisitor, offensive commander, awesome control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get ranged weapons, a little bit of support about her too. Alongside, I Can't Micromate Stop Flaming is a Lord General, fights range combat, begins with a retinue of stormtroopers to help him out, awesome defense and support capabilities, and rounded off the teams, it's Matouzka as a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, begins with a refractor field, fights in melee combat. But kicking off towards the west side where this contested VP is, Chaos Lord in amongst a bunch of stuff. Inquisitor trying to tie things up but she's getting suppressed. Meanwhile mid, Sentinel do some shooting. Chaos Lord chasing and tying things up. He's such a bully early on against Imperial Guard, that Chaos Lord. He gets that combi flamer too. He starts peeling off guardsmen like crazy. Lord General's lost both of his stormtroopers. He's going to have to requisition some more. And he's off the field. Aggressive start from Chaos as you'd expect. But Inquisitor's no slouch, and most likely we're going to see the Holy Brazier from her for the awesome Holy Pyre and power melee weapon. Look at this though. East side, it's Imperial Guard doing the push in. Chaos Sorcerer in amongst some Imperial Guardsmen. Commissar is off the field now. He can give you that aggressive start for Imperial Guard. If you let him, he can run the show against your double CSM if he gets that power sword. Khatrin's on the way for I Can't Micro. It's a pretty early Khatrin purchase. Honeken on the way of some heavy weapon squads. You've got double CSM for Reverse Order. Can get Eternal War on both of them. And they'll do a hell of a lot of damage to that Lord Commissar. He's getting some Havocs now, and double CSM also for Rostam. And he can do the same against that Inquisitor. She doesn't have her Holy Brazier yet. Wanted her heavy weapon squad up first. Can't suppress that Chaos Sword of course, but you can make him think twice before running in. This is Bashful Pwny with double heretics, double grenade launcher heretics. Really bad news for this Imperial Guard infantry in tier 1. Khatrin's also tend to bunch up a lot, as you can see, so grenade launchers can do a lot of damage to them. That's their grenade launcher, disrupting both of those CSM squads. He might fight 2 to 1 here. Reverse Order needs to be careful. Not sure where the Chaos Lord is. He does have Bashful's heretics to help him out though. That's Bashful's CSM off. Here's the Lord Commissar. Looks like he's going to be forced off relatively quickly, and some Havocs coming up under infiltration worship. Still edging forward though, the Imperial Guard. And they're not giving up this ground. Don't want to lose his power. Good stomp from the Sentinel. One Sentinel goes down though. They do send the Chaos players packing, I think. We see grenade launchers up for the Lord General. These things do some decent damage because you also get them on your retinue. Oh, retinue's getting exploded though, and down goes the Lord General if he's not careful. He does get out of there. We see some guardsmen forcing melee combat of all things on the Havocs, and they are forced off. Looks like Chaos lost some models here and there, but it was a good amount of pressure. They had to fight hard to get them off their power there. Combi Flamer is up for the Chaos Lord of Rostam. Got a heavy weapon squad to face though. Rostam responsible for organising a lot of the faction wars these days, so deserves a lot of credit. He's also got a Dawn of War 2 YouTube channel of his own going on. You can see some more faction wars over there. Find it listed in my channel on the right side. Another heavy weapon squad, this time for I Can't Micro, having to repurchase his stormtroopers a hell of a lot early on. Don't often see that. Good push here from Rostam, using the flame, using CSM in melee stance, but they're running into a heavy weapon squad. Dealt with using disruption and We do see the Holy Brazier on the Inquisitor in the top left corner, but she's not getting involved in this fight. Perhaps she should have, instead of trying to cap there. That was a misplay, I think, from Honeken. Guardsmen still in here. They do have their sergeants. But that's bad news. Chaos Lord in melee. Should not have let him get into melee there so easily. Need to move back. Edge back and shoot. Edge back and shoot. There's that awesome Holy Pyre. This thing is set to get some nerfs in 2.7. The ability itself is going to have shorter range, and I think it's going to cost more energy to use and have a longer cooldown and all that kind of thing. So several nerfs to that piece of wargear. It's very, very popular. I think it still will be. Noise Marines on the field now for Reverse Order. A big fat tier 1 from him. Double CSM Havocs and Noise Marines, and he replaced his Heretics. Sorcerer's down. Imperial Guard doing some pushing. That Lord Commissar leading the line again, but he goes down there. Going to melee with some Heretics, and he finished him off. What were those Noise Marines up to? Why were they trying to use Cacophony there? That's bizarre. Trying to proactively use Cacophony against a blob of Guardsmen is very, very strange. Was he trying to get up to disrupt the heavy weapon squad, perhaps? It's the only thing that makes sense, because if you're just facing Guardsmen, just shoot them, because you do tons of damage with your Sonic Blaster, I think. Khatrin's getting too close to Havocs. Constant fighting on this east side. I don't think we've seen a power bash yet, but they're close. Sorcerer levels up as he's down, level 2. Bashful Pwny coming out of base right now. He's got tier 2 on the way, as does Reverse Order Rostam with some Raptors on the field. Inquisitor can get some tools to use, of course. She's got a power melee weapon for the start to deter them, but she can also get crossbow bolt pistols. She also switch into that. Purgatus as well, of course, later on. Excruciate is in tier 2. 442, 479. Very even on VP so far. Not really much to tell them apart. I think they've had the best of the west side though, Chaos with Rostam. They put a lot of pressure on the east side too, but they haven't got that important power bash, which would have really set them up for tier 2. Holy Pyre, not enough to stop the Chaos advance there. Feel like he needed to double up on his heavy weapon squad, which I think is a good thing to do in general against Chaos Lords and those big fat commanders. Get 2 of them. Much more difficult to deal with. They need much more tools to deal with that. Sentinel gonna decap. Yes, he is. Chaos Lord getting some shooting practice in. Here's that Lord Commissar. Lost the indicator for this guy. Does have a power sword, and he's gonna decap the victory point here. Or at least try to. Eat some grenades. They could disrupt him off it. There's the attempt to do so. But uses his shield and tanks it, and he did decap. Nicely done from Matouzka. Got a Manticore on the way. Honeken with a Chimera on the way. Did she have Heretics over here, this Inquisitor? No, she had a Sentinel which went down. 403, 479. Chaos Lord in retreat now, as are the Raptors and the CSM. She can get this VP back right here. We'll probably see a disruptive grenade barrage, and then these Heretics will be kind of scarce. Are you going to decap here? No. Wants to fight the Heretics. 403, 474. Should be decapping with some Guardsmen right now, I feel like. Looks like the heavy weapon squad are going to do that, in fact. And Chimera is in play. Support vehicle for Imperial Guard. She's going for the power, is she? She is. The Inquisitor's quite ballsy, because they could get jumped by Raptors at any moment. Chaos Lord taking a strange path for Bashful Pwny. I don't think he expected him to walk that way, because he got caught out there. Tense standoff. Is the Manticore in play? It is in play. So they might push alongside this rocket barrage here, the Imperial Guard. Havoc's doing their thing, still with their heavy bolter. Suppressing large swathes of Imperial Guard, and there is the Manticore strike. He has the Storm Eagle also, so he's doing extra damage. And there's a creeping barrage also. Imperial Guard bringing the artillery, bringing the big guns into play. And now Lord Commissar and Khatrin's in amongst his CSMs. This is a really bad place for them to be. Khatrin's also have power melee damage, and they were buffed there by the Lord Commissar's inspire courage, I guess. Good engagement for Imperial Guard, but they need to follow up with a push. Have an autocannon here for Honeken and his Sentinel. His Chimera, I should say, needs to be careful. Needs to move. Really needs to move. This is an enemy Dreadnought from Bashful Pwny. Needs to move, Mr. Chimera. Took a long time to move, but it's now moving. Inquisitor able to tie up the Plague Marines, but they got a shot off, and that's going to be the end of the Chimera. Chaos Lord's going to finish it there with the autocannon. Down it goes. Should have got it moving way sooner, I think, Honeken. Rostam uses Kill the Weak. Forces them off. Honeken needs some help over here, I feel like. I can't micro. Maybe should focus this west side where the contested VP is. I believe Matouzka should be able to hold the power with that the threat of that Manticore. 347, 464. In fact, he's pushing up to the enemy power. Guards are not the most effective power bashers without the flamers, but they're doing a decent job with 24 of them and plasma guns. There we go. Double Marcozine CSM for reverse order. High anti-infantry damage, but you'd usually see such investment of Marcozine CSM if you're fighting heavy armor. Jumping in on the Raptors, they're going to finish off those heavy weapon squad models. Yes, they are. Seem to be able to take back that VP at will. I can't micro. Really needs to focus on the west side, I think. He's got a heavy weapon squad on the way. Another one. Got some stormtroopers up with the anti-armor kit to fight this dreadnought. They're going for this natural VP of the red team now. This is Icon Micro's Chimera. Might get some good usage out of the mobile base upgrade thing. There's another Manticore strike, and from such close range, it's very difficult to dodge. Because the missiles are going to hit you so quickly. Using Cacophony there to throw around the Lord Commissar. Messy engagement for Imperial Guard, I feel like. Manticore's now going to get chased down by the Dreadnought, maybe? No, eats a Melter Bomb. Chaos Lord reacting quickly, though, from Bashful. That's good play. Gets on those Stormtroopers. Would have lost the Dreadnought otherwise, I feel like. And now he's... Oh, he's still chasing him. I thought he was going after this heavy weapon squad. Now he's taking plasma shots to the face is what he's doing. Need to run away, Mr. Chaos Lord. There we go. Hard to keep track of everything in these haphazard engagements, but they did bash power here, Chaos. Honeken's gone tier 3. Bashful Pwny's gone tier 3. Inquisitor tying up the Plague Marines. Does she have anything supporting her? Oh, there is a sail from the Excruciators. Should be able to at least decap that VP over there. Another Manticore strike might finish with the Dreadnought, and it does. Nicely done from Matouzka. That killed a whole bunch of heretics too. Nicely done. They could get up to the power there. Don't think they've touched any of them yet. We saw Honeken shooting over here. Looks like she almost got the node down there, the Inquisitor. Raptors getting their sparring champion back with that power fist, of course. Tier 3 now for Honeken. What's he going to get? We're going to see the Mass Lehman Russ tier 3. Or some Kashyyykin over there. Power bashing now are the Imperial Guard on the east side. Can't really respond super quickly with his army here. Reverse order. Is the Sorcerer still... He's still down. He's been down since tier 1, I think. Little Commissar using his shield to decap again. Nicely done, Matouzka. 342, 378. Pretty even on VPs. Arguably, the Chaos players have had the better of the engages unless that Manticore's come into play. If it wasn't for that Manticore, I think that power would have been hit several times by now. But they've done well on VPs so far, the Imperial Guard players. There's those Excruciators doing their thing. Can't really follow it up with anything though. Use these CSM in melee well here. Has Rostam to keep those guards on their toes. Unable to get their DPS going. Right outside base here, Miss Inquisitor. You need to be careful. Gonna go down. Gonna go down if you're not careful. Big misplay from Honeken. Not sure what he was looking at there. Should not have lost the Inquisitor. That was a big misplay. 330, 378. All kicking off. That is an Imperial Abyss. I assume that's from Bashful Pwny. It was a corn one, that's for sure. Ouch indeed. Wow. Matouzka lost a lot of stuff. Came over just in time to see the start of that. Lost all, he says. Tier 3 for Icon Micro. And a lot of resources for Reverse Order and Rostam. They could go tier 3 themselves. Manticore strike here. Hitting the heretics pretty nicely. But he needs to kill Marines, I think, with it. Sorcerer gets a revive. Yeah, he's up. And runs away. Ouch. Blastmaster getting shots on the Manticore here. Double Blastmasters in play. This guy's facing the wrong direction, though. Creeping Barrage. Boom. Decent damage on those heretics. They're always getting them off their doorstep, but that nuke was a good nuke. Matouzka only has 2 units on the field, and he's not really on his way to tier 3 or anything either. Chaos Dreadnought on the way for Rostam. Chaos Predator for Bashful Pwny. See how Predators fare on this map. The middle area is relatively open, I think. Could do well. 2-to-1 cap for the Imperial Guard. VP still very close though. And now he's bashing on this east side. His Icon Micro using his Chimera to get up there and doing a very good job bashing with some melter guns and catechins. Very quick and efficient bash. Can he get a decap as well? Don't think he's gonna risk it, and that's good play. Good play there. They do have some power over here though, the Chaos. You gonna bash that as well? Nope. Looks like Matouzka wants to though. Oh, he is. They could steal that. Rostam pushing up. Looks like he's been able to push up pretty much at will. And he's now bashing power over here. There's the Galaxy Burn. Not doing a whole lot. Sending his CSM back to cap, I guess, is he? Yeah. There we go. Chaos Dreadnought in play. The World Eater's one with a tail. And again, action is dragged over to this east side. Melter Gun Stormtroopers trying to get close to that tank, but they were getting too close there. Backed away. 282, 378. Need to put more pressure on this VP, I feel like, the Chaos players. Really do need to put more pressure on it. Bashful Pwny should be going straight for it right now. But he wants to fight. He's a Chaos Lord, he wants blood. There's that demonic shield thing. He's got a bunch of war gear now, the Chaos Sorcerer. Icon of Zeech. Rod of Warp Fire. Manticore Strike going off. There's Dark Flames. How different would it have been if the Chaos Sorcerer was up this whole time? Wow, Imperial Guard armies are looking pretty thin. And now, finally, they put some pressure on that VP by decapping. We have a Lehman Russ Executioner on the field for Honeken. Tier 3 now for Rostam. He has a massive army on that west side. Single cap for the Chaos team. There's some VPs to make up, but they're in a very, very strong position. Why are you not bashing this? There we go. Manticores could stop this bash though. Guardsman getting too close to Pain. Chaos Sword finishes the cap. He's level 4 with Armor of the Inferno. Lord Commissar's level 3. Carapace Armor and Stubbornness. Big changes on the way. It looks like for Stubbornness it's going to lose its damage buff, which is a massive change. It does have a crazy damage buff, but to lose it completely is a big deal. Oh, Rocket Run. Not a bad one. Did it actually wipe anything though? I don't think it did. I don't think it did. Might have been able to save that for a better time, but it was a pretty good opportunity to use it, and they used it. Can the beleaguered Imperial Guard come back here? Baneblade on the way for Icon Micro. Matouzka did get into tier 3, and that's a big decision from him to actually go tier 3 rather than trying to rebuild in tier 2. We'll see how that pans out. What did you get for your Dreadnought? Matouzka to fight the inevitable tanks, I guess. There's that Leman Russ Executioner. Matouzka Predator being chased off there, even though that's not the anti-vehicle upgrade for the Leman Russ. Leman Russes these days, of course, have 1,200 hit points. So they no longer have their innate damage resistance, which is a pretty strange mechanic for them to have ever since they were introduced, and down it goes, picking up the durability of the tank. But the Matouzka Dreadnought doesn't mess around. Arriving slightly too late here is Icon Micro. The Baneblade though is on the field. Reverse Order getting a Dreadnought of his own. He's the only player in tier 2 now. Here is the Baneblade, super unit for Imperial Guard, bristling with guns and could do massive amounts of damage, especially when supported by repairs. 280, 298. 2-ton cap for the Imperial Guard somehow. How have they done it? Oh, they've got both the naturals. That sneaky Lord Commissar loves getting up there and grabbing that natural. Chaos Lord is embarrassed. Gonna get this back. I can't micro. Looks like he's planning to drop in a Leman Russ, which is a pretty good thing to be able to do as a Lord General. Khatrin on the way for Honeken. What does Matouzka get now though? He's got loads of requisition and he's got 125 power. Could get a Leman Russ up relatively soon. Auto cannon does some good work to that tank, but it lives. Got some rear armor hits at the end there. There's that stubbornness for Lord Commissar. Not sure how close to him do you need to be. Just it doesn't tell me here. This is surrounded. What is this suppression? Is that frenzied barrage? I guess so. Lots of damage on those raptors. Look at those plasma guns. Maybe should have been a bit more patient there, Rostam. Just sat on his VP. It's up to the Imperial Guard to come to them. Guess he wanted another power bash. There's the Baneblade now. Can he hunt the tank? Boom. All alone here, the Baneblade. You don't want that usually. Matouzka does have a Leman Russ on the way. I can't micro. Hasn't dropped his Leman Russ yet. Uh-oh. Matouzka Dreadnought now to deal with. Great unclean one on the way for Bashful Pwny. 262, 254. Still very close on VPs. That's a Manticore strike, I guess. Yep. Is it? No, that's the Basilisk Flare. Whoa, lots of damage on this Baneblade. It's going to go down. It is going to go down. One push and it goes down super quick. Leman Russ has dropped in. Not sure why I didn't drop it before to be there. They might have thought twice against moving in if it was there. I think he's surprised how quickly the Baneblade went down. In a 3v3 they can go down very quickly if you're not supporting them. Chaos continues to look very strong. Imperial Guard running away there. This Leman Russ still playing around with Vanquisher Cannon. But that's a lot of AV coming into the shot. Manticore Strike. There's a lot of damage to vehicles. Oh, Leman Russ, does it live? It lives! 23 hit points. I think this Dreadnought's done for, because this guy should be able to chase it. He should be chasing. There we go. That front-mounted las cannon getting a shot there. Finished off, there we go. Here comes that Lord Commissar's level 5 now. And we're back. Apologies for that. I had to go answer the door. You might have heard the bell going on the microphone there. But now we're back to killing. There's a triple cap for Chaos, and with the Baneblade down and Leman Russ is under threat and massive Chaos armies, is not looking good for Imperial Guard. I feel like this game wouldn't have been so close if the Chaos teams put more pressure on the VP a bit earlier. A lot of times they had two armies like crowded around this VP, or this power I should say, and could have sent one thing over here. Where is that Grand Clean one at? Here he comes. Still one of the best models ever in an RTS game, I think. Look at those animations as well. Awesome stuff. Inquisitor getting her capping on. Double mark of Khorne CSM for Rostam. He's embraced the Khorne. Oh, maybe not quite. He still has a mark of each Dreadnought. Blood Crusher, really late Blood Crusher on the way. Manticore for Matouzka number 2. First one's done pretty well. It's level 4. And red team are going to have 4 Leman Russes, 2 Manticores. What's he done with his Khatrin here, Honeken? He's got grenade launchers. Can stop some caps and stuff. Disrupt setup teams. Chaos Predator not wanting to get closer there. Manticore strike. Nicely done. Demonic armor goes up. Where's Rostam? He's moving in now, under some Khorne worship. There's the Excruciators doing their thing. But he needs to back away, Honeken. He has been slow to react sometimes over here on this west side. Letting his guardsmen get chewed up. Blood Crusher didn't last long. Raptors jumping in though to put pressure on the Leman Russ. Oh, they have melter guns. With the melter bomb, of course. This might be a dead tank. He's not moving it here, Honeken. Again, slow to react. His micros let him down on that west side. Here's a great unclean one though, fighting against 3 Leman Russes. Down goes the Chaos Predator. Got way too close. Not sure what it was up to. Great unclean one took a lot of damage, but soaked up a lot of damage. That was a decent little passage of play for the Imperial Guard in the middle, I felt like. Honeken got a bit sloppy, but he too preserved his Leman Russ. The Raptors came mid. Oh, look at that. Finish off that Leman Russ though. I don't think looks like Honeken did not know Raptors had a melter upgrade. That must have been a shock. Havoc's on the way for Bashful Pwny. Bloodletter's on the way for Rostam late game. Look at the resources Reverse Order has. Over 400 power. Chaos players want that contested VP back with some shrines going up from Reverse Order. So these are Zinc shrines that are going to shoot out Doom bolts. Blast Masters have done well. Level 4 and level 2. Tank exploding them in the face though. One more shot might finish them off. Oh, now they're in retreat. Can't believe this Leman Russ lived. Why did the Raptors leave? 18886 single cap for the Imperial Guard. Somehow they have a single cap here. How are they doing this? A concerted push from Chaos. I guess it's the Leman Russes. This Leman Russ now under threat from the Marquis East Dreadnought. Does anyone have a nuke ready? Honeken has enough for red for one. And that is an Imperial Abyss. Ouch. Was that Rostam? Down goes the Leman Russ, and Honeken is down to a single unit now. Surely this is in the bag for Chaos. He's got no units, in fact, Honeken. The Abyss wiped everything out. And now he's going to Leman Russ again. Bashful Pwny asking for a Nogoli Shrine, which is going to be interesting since there's no Plague Champions. I'm not sure how he expects that to happen. Honeken complaining about lag. Looks like I Can't Micro is getting annoyed at the constant Malignant Blindness, which is very effective in big fights. They got some mechanized units in the mid, that's for sure, but how do you push against all this stuff? Nice varied army on the Chaos side. Got a bit of everything in there. Does he still have his double mark of Khorne, fellas? Yeah, he does. Level 4 and level 4 also. 170, 69. Final push from the Imperial Guard, asked for by Matouzka. There's the rocket run in the back lines. Didn't do a whole lot. And here come Raptors and the Chaos Sword and everything else moving in. Let the guys see burn. Leman Russ is standing their ground. That is fire support right there. Baneblade number 2 on the way for Arcant Micro. Some classic in for Matouzka. What's he done with his? Nothing yet. Starting to edge forward, the Imperial Guard players. Great and Clean One still needs massive amounts of heals. Lord General trying to get a revive, but goes down. Now the Lord Commissar is trying to get revive. Manticore strike in the background there. There's Cloud of Flies. Absolute chaos. Just how chaos like it. Liman Russ is edging forward still. Lots of infected guardsmen, but they'll shrug it off. That is still blue. That VP is still blue, which is the important part. Looks like Honeken suffering from a lot of lag, which happens in Dawn of War 2 3v3s. Down goes that Liman Russ. That was that Honeken's? I think so. A valiant effort from Imperial Guard, but it looks like Chaos have weathered the storm and they still hold that VP. That was a pretty good push though right at the end there. It's a creeping barrage and a Manticore strike. Manticore's really done well. Stop the pushes. GG. It was a good game. Constant action. Magazine Havoc setting up, but it's unneeded. There it is. Look at the heroes end of the game. Level 4 Sorcerer was down for a long time. Level 6 Chaos Lord never got a weapon. Rostam with a level 8 Chaos Lord was a constant pain in the ass for Honeken to deal with. Level 5 Inquisitor, she got Mandate, Excruciators and the Inferno Pistol. Spent a lot of resources on her. Level 10 Lord General. Did not have any other retinue members that I saw. And a level 8 Commissar. There you have it guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.